Hello! We're going to talk a little bit about unity, which is a term that generally refers to the idea that everything in a composition more or less fits and speaks to some overarching idea. This is likely something that many of us have seen before, but let's go ahead and address it briefly anyway. First, some key terminology. When we say composition in the context of writing and rhetoric, we're talking about a collection of content that serves some central purpose. Now, these slides refer specifically to writing, but it could also be various images in a collage, instruments in a piece of music, etc. In writing, we're mainly talking about a collection of paragraphs. The idea is that the collection typically isn't going to be random. There is some central purpose, and everything in the composition should serve that purpose in some way. You will often articulate this main purpose or point in something like a thesis statement in an introductory paragraph. Now, sometimes you may compose something that is just a single paragraph, but when you're writing something more substantial, either in a class or a professional setting, or even an involved creative endeavor, you're going to have more than one paragraph. So, what is a paragraph? A paragraph is not just a bunch of sentences that are separated from other sets of sentences by an indented first line. It may look like it, but it's far from that. In writing, paragraphs are the way that you break down more complicated main ideas into smaller pieces to make it easier for your reader to process. Unity comes into play here because you want to make sure that all of your paragraphs serve single purposes in themselves that support the composition's main idea. Just like this larger triangle can be broken up into smaller triangles that all fit inside of it, a composition as a whole will contain various pieces within it that together flesh out that main idea. In turn, these individual paragraphs are comprised of sentences, which are themselves complete ideas that, when brought together, flesh out the substance of the paragraphs. In other words, each sentence serves some purpose in supporting its paragraph's purpose, which in turn supports the main idea of the composition as a whole. There's nothing extra, nothing random. Everything in the composition from the sentence level to the paragraph level has its place and its purpose, whatever you decide that may be. Pretty simple concept, maybe, but we all know it can be tricky to keep all our wild ideas in place. So here's a tip. Focus on paragraphs. Breaking your complex ideas down into smaller pieces helps your reader. As I said before, and indenting the paragraph, or in some contexts like a website it might be a line break, gives your reader a visual clue to suggest that, hey, something new is coming, some new piece of the whole thing. To make it especially clear to your reader where you're going with this new thing in the composition, you want to start paragraphs off with topic sentences that establish the point of the paragraph in relation to the composition's main idea. Often clarity is important above all else, so whatever the specific point you're making happens to be, say it right up front and as clearly as possible so that your reader isn't wading into your sentences not knowing what they're supposed to be getting out of it. And remember that all those sentences in your paragraphs are your opportunity to fully develop the details of the idea. And finally, it's usually a good idea, as well, to wrap paragraphs up with a sentence that in some way links to whatever is coming next. These transitional sentences, again, are there to make it as easy as possible for your reader to navigate the composition as a whole. So clearly there's a lot more that might be said about these ideas. But for our purposes, I hope that this has been a helpful overview and or refresher.